The crisis rocking the People's Democratic Party took a new dimension last Friday when the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike making a series of allegations against the chairman Yocha Ayu and the party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, among others. While the PDP is waving the olive branch in the direction of the governor, Ayu and Atiku refused to react to his outburst. What is the mood in the camp of the PDP right now? We have a member of the PDP, Umar Sani, in the studio to give us perspectives on what's happening within the PDP. Thank you so much for joining us on Daybreak this morning.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, the crisis within the PDP seemed to move from one stage to another. Just when Nigerians will think, oh, the issues have been sorted, another one will now burst out. I'm sure you watched the interview with the governor of Rivers State, where he made several allegations about the party chairman, Yocha Ayu. What's your take on that interview?
Well, let me start by saying that Nyesom Wike, the governor of Rivers State, is a very important stakeholder in the PDP. And as an important stakeholder, he has played a very significant role in the party affairs. And similarly, the PDP has also given him multitude of platforms where he has risen to where he is today. He has been a local government chairman under the People's Democratic Party. He has been a chief of staff under the People's Democratic Party. He has been a minister of state and even an acting minister because the minister left much earlier. And so he was acting in that capacity for a very long time, and then before becoming a governor. So it's a symbiotic relationship. The PDP and Nyesom Wike are treating each other in a very friendly manner. However, people have a way of expressing their grievances. You are aware that he has mobilized to contest for the position of president, under the platform of the PDP. And at the convention, which everybody has adjudged to be free and fair, he lost gallantly to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Perhaps you will also have heard.
And that's something that he says, that he feels that he was shortchanged. Otherwise, he would have won the election.
Well, that is politics. He probably thought he was going to win. But, horse trading, lobbying, and, political maneuvers. Of course, everybody will use his own strength to be able to win.
He also feels very strongly that the current chairman of the party played a role in his loss. Well,
that is also another issue which I want to take into perspective. It was him who said Secondos must go because Uche Secondos was not performing as a national chairman. In the press conference he held, he now changed the statement to mean that the reason why Secondos left is not because he was not performing, but he has to give way for a southern presidency. Because the national chairman cannot come from the same place where the president will come from. So you can see, he, along with the governor of Benue State, Otom, actually brought Ayu. So if you bring somebody believing that he's going to work for you and he didn't work for you, what's your grudge there? It is your own fault. You didn't do a good background check.
But Wike have said that there was an agreement to zone the presidency to the southern part of the country, and that was an agreement reached by southern governors to start with, not just the PDP, but both across party lines. Both governors from the APC and the PDP agreed that a presidency will be zoned to the south. And that discussion went further into the party, and that, also was the position of the PDP Governors Forum, and that was why the decisions to put Secondos aside came.
Well, no, the Secondos leg was removed even before that decision was taken. Because when you are planning something, part of your plans is to remove any obstacle on your way. So Secondos was not removed. Even before the Southern Governors started meeting, Secondos was not removed. He got removed after, before they even started meeting. But beside the point, the issue of Southern Governors meeting across party lines to determine that all political parties must zone their positions to the south is dead on arrival. Because you don't have to go back to your individual parties to implement. And each individual party has its own peculiarities. The peculiarity of the PDP is that in the 16 years of the PDP, the South has ruled for 14 years. So there is no way that the North will agree that that the presidency should be zoned to the South again, because they will have taken the greater part. Most people have even argued that in the 16, Atiku has already contested and he has lost. So it's also a plus for the North that the North has contested. Of course, Goodluck also contested in 2015 and he lost. And we are not counting it. And so the South has taken more of the chunk of the PDP than the North. So we cannot operate in the same manner the APC or NMPP or any other party will operate. We have to look internally and say, okay, this is the way we will move forward. And allowing it open is even the most gracious thing.
Okay, so what you're saying is that it didn't matter to the PDP at that time that the current president was from the North. What mattered, what was paramount was the party and how the party has fared in the past 16 years.
Well, we are not APC. So as far as we are concerned, we do not even recognize President Muhammadu Buhari as a member of the PDP. He's a member of the APC. And if the APC want to do zoning, then after he finishes, let them take it to the South, and which they have done, which is within the tradition of their own party. So our own party has our own peculiarity different from theirs.
But the argument is that in 2019, the presidency in the PDP was zoned to the North, which is why they have argued that no Southerner contested, and that's why you had Atiku Abubakar emerge as the presidential candidate of the party at that time.
Okay, so if you want me to give you the synopsis, I'll give you the synopsis. In 2015, after the loss of the election, the Ekweremadu Committee was charged with the responsibility of reviewing why the PDP failed in that election and recommending ways towards ensuring the victory of the party in subsequent elections. And the committee recommended that the North should be allowed to contest twice, in 2019 and 2023. That's the recommendation of that committee.
Was it endorsed by all members of the party?
It was not endorsed. It was not even endorsed. In fact, all the recommendations of the party, there are 4 committees that actually sat to look at zoning. The Ekweremadu Committee, the Bala Muhammad Committee, the Iguanyi Committee, and of course the Otom Committee. And all of them were just taken on their own face value and acted upon. Now, there was no NEC decision to say, okay, we have agreed on the... In fact, only the Otom Committee received a NEC endorsement. All the rest were recommendations given to the party, the National Working Committee, and there was no NEC decision on the matter. However, everybody is aware of the report within the party. So if you talk about the Ekweremadu report, it says 2019 and 2023. They not should contest. But in 20,
but you said that wasn't endorsed.
But in 2023, now if you say it was zoned, you are referring to the Ekweremadu Committee. So in any case, if we are to use that report, I would say it was not zoned.
Okay, so let's move on from there because your candidate has emerged already. Now tomorrow campaigns are starting, and some members of the campaign council have pulled out. Does that bother you?
Well, it does, but again, we just have to move forward. There is no way we can be stagnant. People have their grievances, they have expressed their grievances, we have used all means necessary to bring them to the table. The presidential candidate has followed them to London, where they held a meeting. He has come to Nigeria. So many emissaries, all critical stakeholders have held meetings to try to persuade them to join the campaign train, and the situation is not getting any better.
Yes, all those engagements have been held, but the real issue on the table is the issue of balancing the structure of the party, which is what the governor of Rivers State is strongly against the current arrangement. He says the presidential candidate of your party from the north, the national chairman of the party from the north, and you also have the presidential campaign DG from the north as well. So he feels that there is imbalance in the party leadership structure, which is why he has refused to let go.
Number one, if he is a founding member of the party, as which he has alleged that he has been in the party since 1998, he will have studied the party's pattern. In 2010, moving to 2011, when President Goodluck Jonathan was the president of the country, our BOT chairman was Chief Tony Anini, our party chairman was Okwesileze Nwodo. They are all from the south. There was no complaint. Nobody is complaining. That's the structure of the party.
He doesn't consider the BOT chair as anything to go by. The BOT chair, Wale Jibrin, has resigned, yes, but it doesn't look like it's something that he considers as crucial, because he said in decision making, in critical decision making, these three are the people that make decisions. No, they are, especially in this season.
Well, you see, the campaign DG is something that is transient, so that should not be an issue. But in fact, today you can remove a campaign DG and replace him. If they had agreed to be part and parcel of the campaign, perhaps what the party was planning to do was to zone the campaign DG to the southwest, to Governor Makinde. But since they have refused, we have to move forward.
There are also some founding members of the party that share the same views as Governor Wike. We have Professor Jerry Gana, we have Jonah Jang, we have Olabode George. All those people are saying the same thing, though.
Well, you see, politics is about interest. When people converge in a place, they converge because of their own interest. So if my interest aligns with your own, you become partners in progress. Chief Olabode George, for a very long time, has been wanting to become the national chairman of the party. So this gives him an opportunity. If the Wike group, in their arguments, are able to succeed, perhaps they will consider him to say, okay, come and lead the party. So joining them was also in his own best interest to join them. Now, Jerry Gana was supporting Wike in the primaries, and when they lost, he has to stay put and argue on behalf of their group. So there is nothing wrong with what is happening. People have the right to argue and say, okay, we are for this, and we believe in his leadership, and we want him to lead us, and we will stand by him. However, what we should look at is the genuineness of their intentions, and whether the call for the removal or the replacement of Ayu is manifestly in the best interest of the party. You know,
apart from zoning, some allegations were also made about the chairman of the party bordering on corruption, and also the way he conducted himself during the primaries. I'd like you to speak to that.
Well, number one, I don't want to talk about allegations made, because allegations are mere allegations. It is not, we are not in a court of law, we are in the court of public opinion. So anybody can make wild allegations and say, you have done this, you have done that, merely because he feels it is his opportunity to tarnish your own image. He has said so about Secondos, but again, he is the same person who said, no, Secondus was not guilty of what he has accused him of incompetence, but now he was removed because he has to pave way for a Southern president. So you can see that if you begin to see some of these type of statements coming out from a leader, then you don't put that thing into context and begin to argue over somebody's whether Ayu is guilty of corruption allegation or not. Again, if you talk about...
But is this something that the PDP will be looking into?
Well,
or is it something that should bother the PDP as a party?
If you make... The party has its own processes and procedure. If you have any allegation against the national chairman, our constitution is very clear. You report to the NEC. The NEC will cause a committee to be set up to investigate the allegation. And when the allegation is found to be true, then the NEC will pass a vote of no confidence on Ayu, and then he will be removed as the national chairman. So the process is there. Making allegations
but don't you think
in the media is
that
insufficient?
But you think that opportunity, or would say that atmosphere to be able to approach the NEC has been, should I say, sealed, given the fact that the NEC has taken a position to show confidence for the national chairman, that is passing a vote of confidence on the national chairman.
Before the NEC, he had the information before the NEC meeting. All he needed to do was to write to NEC, and it would have been part of the consideration of NEC. But he decided that the best place to do it is in the media space. And so when you make a wild allegations in the media space, it remains a subject of discussion within the media space. It is no longer a matter for determination or for education or for investigation by the party. The party, if you are a bona fide member of the party, you know the process.
Okay, now the party seem to be in a stalemate right now. PDP, I mean, Wike have said, well, he is not going out of the party. What's the way forward for the PDP? And it doesn't look like if Ayu does not go, the presidential candidate of your party is going to have his support. I mean, are you worried about the implication that this is going to have on the chances of your party in 2023?
Why should the Wike's demand be tied to Ayu? Is it because he actually betrayed him, or is it because he is not a competent leader? Now, if an individual or group of individuals are not greater than the party itself. This is a political party. A political party is greater than any individual or group of individuals within the party.
All right.
And so Wike cannot, in tandem, only say, Ayu must go. No. If he wants Ayu to go, let him follow the due process of law, and then Ayu will go.
All right. We gathered that the BOT, led by Adolphus Wabara and Governor Autumn, they are working on final reconciliation move to meet Wike. In fact, Adolphus Wabara said a letter has been written to Wike. Are you aware of that? And are you optimistic?
Well, like I said, every segment of the stakeholders in the party, including the BOT, are important segments in reconciliation. Like we always say in the PDP, we have what we call internal conflict resolution mechanism. And one of them is using this type of... and if it even fails, you don't be surprised that even the military wing of the PDP, headed by General Babangida, will still wade into the matter. So we have so many areas where we will explore.
The party is running out of time.
No, we are not running out of time because we have about 5 months to the election. So there is no any time that is wasted.
Well, the campaigns is tomorrow.
Well, campaigns does not still remove the fact that you can bring back a member of your family into the fold, and then we continue.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us on Daybreak and giving us more insight about the PDP crisis, if you like. We appreciate you, and we look forward to having you again.
Thank you so much.